Hello and welcome. I'm Brandy Barnard from brandystamps.com and you have found my YouTube channel. This just happens to be an episode of the Great American Stampin Show where I am a contestant. So we're in season 2 and we've been featuring all different products as our challenge. Today's challenge is going to be embossing paste. I'm excited. And this is episode 6. So the way it works is we are 4 different stampers, me, Shannon, Julie, and Jody. This is my video, check it out, and then check out each of my competitors' videos. Their links are in the comments of this video. And just give a thumbs up to whichever one that you like best. Hopefully it's going to be my video. Now, before we get started, I have to give a shout out. Do you see this behind me? This box, that is my light box, and you may have seen it behind me in past videos. I use it especially at night to take photos of my cards. It's just a box of white light, and so it makes it really easy to take nice photos of my cards, but it looks really unsightly in the background of all my videos. So go watch any old video to see what I'm talking about. Well, recently my amazing sister-in-law, Leslie, made this awesome cover for me. It's all quilted and amazing. And she is just so awesome for doing that. So I had to give her a little shout out. You can find her at Red Thread Quilting on Instagram. And she makes a lot of amazing stuff. So thank you, Leslie. And let's get started stamping. In today's video, I am featuring the Excellent Eggs stamp set, which is in the current mini catalog from Stampin Up. It has a set of coordinating dies, which I will also be using. I'll also be showing embossing paste. This was our assignment for this week, and I'm super excited about it. I do love embossing paste, and there's a lot of fun stuff you can do with it. Hold on for just a minute, but get excited because I'm going to show you 3 different amazing ways to use the awesome embossing paste. But first, let's get started with a box. Why did I pick a box? Well, it started with this. I went to the grocery store and it's almost Easter. And that means a lot of wonderful things, but it also means yummy candy at the store. And I can't think of anything better than a peanut butter egg, except 2 peanut butter eggs. So I bought these and thought, okay, I'm gonna make cute little packages to be able to give these to my kids and loved ones and stuff. So I created a box to do that. Now I'd love to show you exactly how I figure out how to make a box, but I don't have time in this video. So if you want to see how to make a box for any piece of candy, tell me in the comments and, encourage me to go make a video about that so that I can show you how to do the calculations to make a box for any treat. Now I've got my basic box started. I can go ahead and slide my treat in. And the top, I did not cut flaps here because I'm just going to do the thing where you push the sides in. So just push them in a little bit and pinch it shut. I'm going to tie a ribbon around here just to hold it shut. So the way I want to do that, I'm going to go to this top. Let's measure over 1 inch and I'll just make a little pencil mark. I just use my scissors to make a little notch. I'm pinching everything together and cutting through all the layers and just cutting a V. So while I'm thinking about my ribbon, let's cut 15 inches of this. So grab our Stampin' Blends. I picked Orchid Oasis. This is a purple color, which is a perfect complement to my Lemon Lolly, and it's retiring soon, so I want to give it a little bit of love. And I'm going to start in the middle here and just put my marker right down and color kind of across the middle. Flip and do. The other side is pretty well covered, but I'll just get the edges. But try this on all of your embellishments. You can color our basic rhinestones, our basic pearls, any of the really standard colored embellishments. You can literally put any color on top and it looks like they came that way. It's kind of amazing what the alcohol markers can do. And once it dries, you can handle this and everything without any trouble. And I'm measuring it to the halfway so that I can place this in my cute little notches and tie a good bow. Okay, you guys, that's the basics of our box. Now it is time for some embossing paste. So let's pull this stuff out. Embossing paste. It comes in 2 different kinds. This is just your basic embossing paste, and there's also shimmery embossing paste, which I highly recommend, but I didn't have any. Go figure. I have literally used it all. How crazy is that? I love embossing paste. So never fear. We will, for one of my techniques, add a little shimmer to this, so it's going to be okay. Best friends for embossing paste. This is the little palette knives. It's a 3-pack, and I like to use all of them. They're all good friends of mine. And then this is the silicone mat. This is great to use any kind of adhesives. I use it with my glue gun. One of the really basic, cool ways you can use embossing paste is with a mask. So you can make a mask with a die and some thick cardstock, or Stampin' Up sells masks too. These ones are called Artistic Mix, and there are five different designs here. I'm going to use this one. It's a cute little flowery one. And all I'm going to do is lay this on the front of my project. I think I want the paste to start just kind of where it, you know, is flat here, where it's easy. So I'm going to hold it kind of here and put embossing paste on the front of this box just with one of my knives. Let's go for this one. So let's dip it in. Grab. We don't want too much. You don't want to go crazy trying to manage it. You're just gonna kind of spread it. I don't want to let the mask move at all once I have started. So we'll get the very top done, and that way now I can hold it from there and go down from there. So I'm just kind of letting it go down into the spaces of the mask. Don't want a lot of extra. Have you guys ever spackled the holes in your walls? It's basically what this feels like. So I'm spreading and I'm smoothing. Of course, you could tape things down. I could have done this while the box was still flat. All of that is a little bit fussy, not terribly necessary. This is just the most basic thing you can do with embossing paste. And that's what I wanted to show you first. Okay, let's see how we did. One of the first things I'm going to do is come over here and clear this paste off down the edges while it's still damp. I can easily just clear that off. So now as this box dries, it will be all perfect and ready to go. So I'm just going to set this aside to dry. I'm going to go straight to my kitchen sink and rinse these guys off. They can rinse off after they dry, but the sooner you do it after you use the paste, the better. So let's go rinse all this off, and then we'll do our second technique. What I want next is a cute little bunny. So this is our stamp set. Just stamped a cute bunny with the Memento black ink, and I'm grabbing my Stampin' Blends. This is the light crumb cake, and I'm going to just dab a little color. I've also got the light Flirty Flamingo. I'm gonna make the tiniest dot on the little pink nose and just a little bit in the ears. All I've done here is take a teeny tiny Ziploc bag, and you could do this with like a quart size bag if you don't have a little one. I used my palette knife and got a little bit on the tip from out of my jar, and I put it down into this and took it off like that. So now I've got a little blob of embossing paste in here, and I snipped the corner off just with my paper snips, so it's just barely the corner. And now it's like I'm a frosting decorator, and I can just squeeze this out, and I could actually add any kind of decorative elements, and it's kind of like puff paint. They will just dry and be puffy and have that cool texture. So I just gave him a cottontail, and I'm going to set him aside so that he can come on to our project later. Now I know this was a teeny tiny demonstration of it, but the second way you can use embossing paste is to, let's get a closer look at that, is to get any kind of highlights or decorative elements or puff paint-like elements onto your projects. Okay, I think we're ready to level up to the third way to use the embossing paste. So let's pull our tools back in. Our jar of paste. I've got just a chunk of thick basic white cardstock here to use with it. And I am going to show you how to make sparkly / colorful embossing paste. So I'm going to use all 3 of the knives because honestly, I'm not real partial. I like all of them. So let's put a blob here with that knife. Now we'll get this one. I don't really need a lot. Let's put this one a little farther over this way. And then this guy. I'm gonna do 3 colors here. I'm going to be making an Easter egg. So it's time for me to take my Wink of Stella glitter pen, and I'm just actually squeezing it. It says push on the side. So push I am, and it starts to dribble. And I'll just let like 2 drops go into each pile. I'm also going to use 3 different colors. So my color palette here, I've got Lemon Lolly, which of course was the color of my box. So let's do this one. I'll do 2 drops of Lemon Lolly here. Next color is Parakeet Party, another retiring in color. Needs a little love before she goes. And then Orchid Oasis. And we'll put that one on here. This is the same color as the ribbon that we did. So I just did 1 drop of these darker colors and 2 drops with the Lemon Lolly. And the technique here is just to use the back of the palette knife to mix it up. I mean, I'm feeling so artistic right now. I'm like basically Bob Ross. I am smushing it, I'm moving it around, I'm gathering all my paint back up until I paste, not paint, until I've got this nice sparkly yellow embossing paste. Once that one's ready to go, I'm going to set the knife down by it, and I'll just do both of the others as well, so they're both mixed. So what I'm planning to do here is just smear some color onto my cardstock, which I will then let dry, and then I will cut it out with a die cut after it's dried. So remember, I told you I'm doing an Easter egg. So the middle is yellow. I'm starting with the lightest color because it's easier to like work with darker colors going on top of light instead of vice versa. So now let's add some green down here. Just kind of play with it. They can overlap a little bit. And so for this technique, I want it to look imperfect. I want that bumpiness for when I cut my Easter egg shape. It'll have that cool embossing paste texture to it. Let's come and do our awesome purple now. I hope you can see the sparkles. The shimmer is really pretty. We'll just about like that. And that should be enough surface area to cut my whole Easter egg die. So I'll set this aside to dry. I'll just kind of position it wherever I like it the best here. Okay, oh my gosh, this looks so good, you guys. I love that tri-color look. I also have this leftover bit from around the egg, and I could use these pieces. I'll show you at the end I used some flower dies to cut flowers from these bits and made a different box too. So I'll show you a little bonus content. But let's do a couple things just to finish this guy up. Here is a stamp from the set. There's no bunny like you. Aw, so cute. And I'm just going to cut every one of these words apart. Okay, so now I've got my 5 little words. On each and every one of these, all I'm going to do is grab a single mini glue dot off my roll. I've got it on the end of my piercing tool here. I'll put it here and just place it on the egg. I'm starting right about here, and I'll just make all the words go down. Okay, I've got my words down the side. I'm also going to layer it up with the next biggest Easter egg. Here's my bunny with the little cottontail. Oh my gosh, he is precious. He is just right size for one dimensional. Use my piercer to help me decide exactly where I like him. Right in the middle. And then I'm going to pierce a little hole just up top here on the egg. Grab a piece of linen thread. Always take the thread, fold it in half, put the half through the front. That's the trick. Always loop it through the front. And then when you pull those ends up through the loop, like so, you'll get the cute side of the knot in front. And now we can go back over to our box. Let's give a little test. Oh yeah, this feels great. Plenty of time to dry there. And I can tie this right onto my box. And I have a sweet treat that's going to be so fun to give someone. Okay, I promised you a couple of other examples. So first, let me show you this one, which is so similar. I mean, almost exactly. These go a little bit more diagonal. These are more straight. But look at the embossing paste. On this one, I colored it lemon lolly. And this one, I left it white. So two different cool looks on that one. And then here is one more box. On this one, I did the 1-inch flaps on the top and the bottom, and did the white embossing paste on the petal pink box. But notice my flowers here. These are all cut from my embossing paste, textured sparkle paste too. Hopefully you can see how awesome those turned out. And that is what I made for you today. I hope you guys had fun learning all about embossing paste with me today. I hope you love my project. And if you do, give it a thumbs up on YouTube. And hopefully I will be the winner this time. I forgot to mention, did I? I can't remember whether I said it at the beginning, but Julie was our winner last time. Congratulations, Julie. And hopefully next week I'll be able to say I was the winner. Have a great crafty week, you guys. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel so you don't miss any of the crafty fun. And do not forget there's an opportunity to stamp along with the Great American Stampin Show coming up very soon. You can get a packet from me. You'll be able to make 8 different cards because all 4 competitors will show 2 cards, and you'll be able to make all 8 of them along with us. All the details are linked in my description below, so check that out and get signed up before March 31st so you can be a part of it. And I will catch you next time. Thanks so much.